Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Good morning, welcome back to the channel.
Hi everyone.
Well, you can see that we have a glorious sunny day again.
Not a cloud.
The whole of October has been perfect.
We've been lucky.
Hence getting way ahead of schedule for our concrete day, which is on Friday. So we've got a few days, not twiddling our thumbs, but we've got to get some curbstones in, which have been just sat there. We've been putting them off.
Yeah, it's a little job that's not a priority, but seems we've got a couple of days to ourselves now. We're going to crack on the driveway, try and get a few more of those curbstones in, and I've been squirreling away all my bushes over the past year, and I can't wait to show you just how big they've got. And they're going in that bank, and I can't wait to finish that little grass section and start looking at bushes.
So we've got 3 curbstones in the skid, and we've got 3 here that are just loosely laid.
Yeah.
So we'll whip these ones out, get some
I've got my string to make a new string line.
sand and cement, and we'll get these bedded in and then dig the next 3 in. We'll do them 3 at a time, makes it easier. We've got to remove these. Oh, the string is so old. That's how long they've been here. Oh, they are heavy though. Right. Oh. I think there's an ant colony under that one. These ones are all in nice and solid. So our plan is to get this inside there. So we'll then fill this full of dry concrete. We'll fill this full of nice sand cement mixture, and then that should hold this in as well. The yellow post.
Yep. On the back side. Just securing our fence line.
Should be easier to tap down. Then we can always make a buttress of wetter concrete a bit later. So I'll just do the base of this. Right. Let's see. Are you able to?
Yeah.
So I'm just checking this. We can't check level because it's at an angle anyway, but I also don't want to go at the same trajectory as these, because if not, if I keep going, it's going to keep going up in the air. We've just gone past the steep section, so now it's on a gentle curve down over to the flat section. So I'm actually going to stick with that. That gap doesn't look too bad there. Needs a curbstone, so it should follow the road.
Well, that looks fine.
This driveway was a purpose-built driveway by our local mayor. When they sold the land, they made this descent down here, and it is full of rocks, concrete, absolutely everything. That's why it's so tough. That's why I'm not that worried about our retaining walls, because this is all self-supporting. But it does mean big chunks of aggregate are in here, and I don't want to tear that out, so I'm just going to nibble away the edges just so I can fit these curbstones in. So that is our point now. We're going to change direction and go straight over to that second post there, which means some of it will be sort of in mid-air, so we've got to do a bit of concreting to set those in.
We have that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Right. This way.
Wait a minute. Fingers.
We're doing a wet mix now because this section we're doing is right on the edge. So we're going to do a bit of a footing before we put the actual curbstones on, and concrete or push in as many big rocks on the top to reinforce it a little bit. Might even get some rebar.
Oh, that's thick.
Yeah.
Give him a good shake. Yeah. Oh, you made me laugh in the comments. No, I can't shovel when that one goes round. This one, yes. But I was being a girl in the last video.
Careful with your fingers, because I didn't trap mine. Right. You ready?
2 secs.
One, 2, 3, go. Hold on, no, lift yours up. Mine goes in first.
That's my last mix done. I've cleaned my mixer out. It's upside down, drying, all nice and clean. We've worked our way quite a way up the drive now. They won't move. So we've come all the way up.
We've gone as far as we can go, basically.
Yeah.
Because the next section is going to be my staging area for the Manitou and all my supplies. So this is the end of the wall here. So now we can carry on putting all the black fabric down. But it's a hot one again today. Although out of the sun it's quite cold.
I'm just going to get some of this 020 that's left over and just take a few shovels up to put on top of this last bit of muck we're putting down. Where Ian's been, and work my way along, and then we can just flatten it with our feet like that. Last little bits going in.
It's all the concrete now.
Yeah.
Whew.
And we've got 2 lazy sausages in the background. Look at them, sleeping on the job again, Ian. You're going to have to get new helpers.
How many have you done today? That was 4, 9, isn't it?
3 already to put in.
9, 12.
Yeah, we have. We've done 12.
Blimey.
Ooh, been on a go-go today. So Ian's had me going up and down with my shovel. So we've got a scoop in the skid steer of the 020. Well, I suppose that's easier.
Yeah.
Well, but just following the natural contours of this drive, because there is a little hump before it flattens out. Quick trip out this morning. We've come to our wood yard where we need to get the form boards in readiness for when the concrete pump lorry comes. Once he's done all that, we can then start setting out our form board. So that's today's project. We're here this morning, got the car trailer on, and hopefully we'll get some wood. I've become a Manitou spotter. So I've just got all our form boards, €80, not a bad buy. It's so much cheaper coming to the wood yard. A little bit noisy.
Deported immediately. That's the
And just like that, we're back at the off-grid plot.
Nice and dry, this wood. So I'm just going to cut one edge nice and square, and I might plane one side of it because I want a nice finish on my concrete. And if you don't know, these are forming boards, cheap forming boards. I just came down the bottom of the field just to have a quick look, and all of this has been torn up. So we've had wild boar on the property.
Pigs! This isn't the dogs. Oh, sangria. We'll have to set up a camera, Ian. Wow.
They're sniffing everywhere. Is that the pigs, folks? Where are the pigs? Good morning. Well, last preps for the concrete day tomorrow. Got everything done, but yeah, we've had a few comments on the last video, and I should have done it anyway, but I've just mixed up some oil and diesel. It was actually gearbox oil. But I'm going to get that painted on all my wooden forms just to allow me a little extra luck when I start removing them. So I'm going to paint those on now, and then I've got some rebar to cut. So I'm going to place all the rebar for my post holes. I'm going to put that near, so 4 pieces per post, and I'm going to have that in readiness for when the concrete's poured, basically, because it's quite a stressful time when the concrete comes, isn't it? So if I get everything prepared now, it's not till tomorrow afternoon, so we've got all tomorrow morning as well. We've had the confirmation call this morning, so this will be it. Hopefully this will be the last poured concrete. We've still got to do our own mixes for the top caps, but other than that, we'll be soon onto wood. I mean, this is all spray foamed on as well, so it might be a bit difficult. This might be a matter of just smashing as much out as I can. This one's for my sewerage pipe, so it's just an oversized hole. There's my LVL pockets. See, these will be taken out anyway, so it doesn't matter if the concrete does go inside, you know, when he's lifting up the pump. They're only going to be filling up probably 1.5 inches or maybe 2 inches from the top, and that's to allow me to key in for the concrete that myself and Julia got to mix up later. So as we've said, there's another row of blocks. Those 200 blocks just behind me will be sat on top of this. So we'll mix the concrete up for that because it's only one row, so it isn't a lot. So my next job after the oil is just getting some of this rebar prepared. Now these are for the post holes. So I need 4, and they're going to be about 50 centimeters long. And I need 4 because I'm putting 2 blocks, so that's 40 centimeters, and then probably 10 and a bit, maybe 55 into the ground or into the concrete as we go along. So I'm just going to podge these in, and the 4 will stick up into the 2 block of bonches. And again, that'll be a key in readiness for when I pour those. Me and Julie will mix up that cement. And we're not just pouring the blocks, we've got to put a small form around the top, and get them to the exact height of the LVL pockets. So when the LVLs are put on, they're resting directly on top of the concrete forms. We'll have some damp-proof course and all the rest of it. We might have to use some shims or something like that just to bring it up. But what I'll try and do when I do the forms is laser it all out so it's all perfect. So using my trusty rebar cutter, which is brilliant. Let's have a look. I'll just do one. I'm going to do them at 60 if I can. And then that allows 20 centimeters in the ground, and it'll be just at the top of the post. All right, chuck that one away. Leave that one as my guide. So I need 24, 25, so 24 from now. So all the rebar's done, all the oiling's done. I'm halfway through my jig. I'll get that finished off in the morning because I've got to go back home and get some skinny wood just to form that up. One thing I am going to do though is, not that it probably needs it, I'm going to reinforce the corners. So I'm going to go to the builder's merchant and get a small 10 centimeter square cage. They come in 6 meters, so I can cut them up into 6. I've got 4 corners and 2 ends, so that works perfectly, and just drop it in to these corners here, and that will just give me peace of mind that they are properly reinforced. Just at the builder's merchants, getting that other cage. Yes. Right back from the builder's merchants with my cages. So 10 centimeter square cages, and they're going straight into the corners. It's just going to reinforce those corners and the 2 opening ends, so just a bit more insurance. So I'll get the other ones in. Oh no, we've got our grandson coming. He's been off poorly today, as you can see. That's why Julie hasn't been up on site. Now, if only I could train him to actually drive it. Hey Tom?
He's trying.
What's this called? Manitou. Say Manitou. Manitou. Good morning. It is concrete day. Well, this afternoon anyway. But one of those things where you wake up at 4 in the morning and think about the rebar that you've got already here to podge in once the concrete's in, and then you think, no, I should actually install it now and get it tied down. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to put all the rebar, the verticals in, and just get them tied down, just so I know they're all in position. And my worry was the concrete goes in and we won't be able to podge them down deep enough, or it'll get stuck on a rock or something like that. So I'm going to get that done now. Julie has just gone off to get another roll of the wire ties. One of those things where you have hundreds and hundreds of them, and then suddenly we've only got a few left. And yeah, well, we weren't going to tie them in, so that was the reason. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll just get all the vibrator, everything else out in readiness for the pump to arrive. I just had to extend my Twizzler stick because it wouldn't fit down this block here. Let's see if it works. There we go. We'll just get on and do all of these. Hopefully Jill will be back with the rest of them, and we will be ready to go. Right, all the rebar is now in and tied down. So yeah, it's a better option. I don't know why I thought just podge it in. So all that's done. I've got all my water, my trowels, everything here ready. All the rebar for the posts are all ready to go in. And I've got my little jig thing that's just going to sit on the center lines that I've already put on. And then once the concrete's in, these will just dip down like that. That's the plan. And then the block will fit over perfectly. So, but that's not a rush. That can be done when the guys are tidying up the pump, because this won't set off for quite a while. So I've just got to bring down my vibrator and a screeding board, and we're all done. But I think it's time for a coffee. Julie's just got back from the builders merchants and brought me loads more of those twiddler wires. So we've got thousands now, but they're so cheap, it's always worth having them in stock. Right, quick coffee. We are a little bit deflated this morning because we were hoping to have the concrete in this video, and we were waiting here. We got all the stuff there ready. Look, we were waiting here 1:30. It was supposed to turn up around that time, and we get a call saying the concrete pump has broken down and it cannot get to us until after 4 o'clock. And now the clocks have gone back. You know, it gets dark at 5, so by the time the concrete had all set up and everything else, we'd be pouring it in the dark, and then all of these little post holes I want to smooth off and get level, etc. So I'm not going to do that in the dark, so we've had to postpone it, and now it is Tuesday. So I've lost 4 good days because it's actually quite nice and dry now. So I was hoping to pour it and have all of these blocks nice and dry, ready for waterproofing. So yeah, concreting will definitely be in the next video. We've had this for quite some time. Big landscaping fabric. They're pretty good. That's what we've used for the whole underneath of the vegetable garden and halfway up this bank, because that was what was left over. But we bought this specifically for the bank now. So where we've got the curbstones, we're going to finish off putting this in line with the curbstones.
Oh, I bet you it goes that way.
Yeah. So we need to
And again, yeah. Oh,
keep bringing this in.
Good stuff.
What else we got? I think this one will go back.
Does it go back that way?
Yeah.
How far?
Right, we got the length, I think, so I'm going to just trim it. We can get rid of the rest of it because the sun has now gone down. So I'm cautious. We just need to get this sort of pinned, and then we can get rid of all the horse manure. That's right.
Back to this seam. Just tidy my seams. Yep.
And then we'll use that for something else.
There. I'll just shake it out like that. Some of it.
Start from the top, don't throw it all the way down the bottom, and then it'll roll down.
Some of this, it's because it's all compact, it'll just stay like that.
No, because we'll go down and squish it, you see. That's it. Well, we can't really show you anything because it's got a bit dark. God, it's getting dark early. But it is the 31st of October today. We're probably a little bit behind in videos, but it is Halloween, and Julia's just put the Halloween stuff at the end of the drive.
I've got no take.
In hope that somebody might pop by.
If not, we'll be eating sweets all night. Wow, this is the first time we've seen this with you guys. It was blooming dark last night by the time we finished. Wow, it looks like a giant quilt. It's all padded. So we didn't get rid of all the grass and the weeds that were underneath, but we did come up with buckets and buckets of rotted horse manure from out the field. So we've put that all underneath. We're going to leave it for a little while to rot and kill what's underneath there. And the plan is to continue with all my bushes along here. And yeah, I'm getting closer to having flowers. So I think that'll be it for this video, and if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. As always, a cheeky Julie thumbs up, and we catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.